recording now? I think this is recording at the time.
What's recording?
Yeah, no, we're recording this whole thing.
That's fucking stupid.
I've just been recording nonsense. I've been fucking gathering the things. You've been doing whatever the fuck you're doing.
Nothing.
Just nothing.
I haven't done anything, and I didn't know.
Oh, you got the camera around right. Well, I've been getting the press first ready. Okay, so that's probably fine. Let me get. Oh shit! There we go. Let me get that a little better. And I got some drinks here. And I got some paper towels. I got some vinegar. Okay, we should be good to go. We need coasters.
Not until you shut up.
That's the opposite of what we're here to do. We're here to make a thing where we don't shut up on the internet. That's the whole point of the show.
Okay, calm down.
Oh, God.
No reason to get all bent out of shape.
Oh. There we go. Okay.
Do a bit of...
Okay. If you're not on... Oh, fuck. That's so low down. That's so low down.
That's so low down.
It's so low down. Oh, fuck. Yep. That's probably fine. Right, there we got Dylan in the shot. We got the squares in the shot. We got us in the shot. That's great. Hey, if you're watching this and you're not watching this, you should watch this. If you're on the internet but you're not on YouTube, this is a good episode to view because we're going to be tasting a thing today. Ben is. It's something that I have tasted many times in my life. I promised Headcheese, and we got Headcheese. Finally, it took me some time to track it down, but the deli in town finally got it. So I have beers, I have Headcheese, I have vinegar. This is a proper little breakfast, and I'm going to show it to the camera, and it's going to be a great time. So welcome to this week of the thing that we do every week.
It's again happening. It
happens every time, and nobody wants it. And every week we're shocked that it continues to happen. And
I'm not anymore.
And yet here we are.
I just kind of go with it.
We continue to live in this world where this shit's allowed.
The microphone's back here, and we're both like talking to the camera.
Yeah, I'm kind of angled. I'm trying to.
Decided. Oh.
Yeah.
Shit.
There.
We decided to get real personal this episode and speak directly to the audience.
just at the cost of you hearing us, yeah, we're speaking to you. We're off to a phenomenal start.
Just like right up here, just.
Oh, this is gonna be a great episode.
Fantastic.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. We'll get started now. I'm going to put that after the cut, actually.
I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm excited to eat Headcheese, though.
I'm going to back this camera up. This episode is the least professional one we've ever done, because I'm changing everything.
I just don't think that's true.
As we're doing it here.
I just don't think that's true.
Nah, this is great. Okay, cool. So that's good.
Have set the bar very low, and I just don't think we've already look at this beer. This can't be unprofessional.
So basically the scope of the show.
Dunkel? What does that mean?
So this is barley. It's malted barley beer. It's a
Is there alcohol in it?
Yeah, it's beer.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm just making sure. I don't know. Don't.
So I grabbed
right.
for context here. I'm Austrian. My parents came here when they were young, and they for some fucking reason came to goddamn Oklahoma. I don't know.
It's a good place to come when you're just trying to get the fuck out of Austria.
And there's right?
Yeah,
and there's a place here in Tulsa called Siggy's Sausage Factory, not a sponsor. And
hashtag not a sponsor.
Siggy, the guy who runs this place, is another immigrant who was actually
move this forward.
He long story short, he's a family friend, and he owns this place now, and they make delicious meats. It's an awesome butcher and a delicatessen and all these really, really cool things. And so when I was a kid, in case you didn't hear this story earlier, Press First,
otherwise known as head cheese, is something that I used to eat regularly. And what it is the meat of the face and head contained, suspended in jelly, which is the like collagenous tissue or like the collagen and jellies of the face.
It's in wax paper and then butcher paper.
Well, that's how it's
Which means that some dude made this. Some guy was like,
And so here's about a quarter of a pound of it here.
That really doesn't look that bad.
It's not.
It's pork, right?
Yeah, and so like you get this, and like it looks like hell sometimes. I don't know if this is focusing or not. I'm gonna bring it in a little closer.
Sure, I'm sure it is.
Isn't that great?
I've heard that's the best not video camera that you can get. That's
right.
Not a video camera,
right? And so if you are
could
like,
never be used for video.
the thing of it, if you've ever made
Europe.
Here, let me show you the backside. If you've ever made homemade chicken soup, you know what this is.
If you've dealt with meat, you should be kind of familiar to this.
Yeah, so like there's these chunks of meat in here, yeah?
Yeah.
Like you see that. Isn't that beautiful? And so if you've ever made homemade chicken soup, that's all this is. It's when you put the chicken soup in the fridge and it coagulates into this jelly and then you have to heat that up. That's basically what this is. And then a bunch of face meat in there too. And so you can get this thinly sliced, you can put it on bread, but this, just as a wad, is how I used to have it. Literally, my breakfast every day for like kindergarten through 5th grade. You take this, and you just chunk it up into like little cubes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Austria is a fine place.
You just chunk it up into little cubes like this, little squares or whatever. Doesn't have to be pretty. But you don't want it like in ribbons. You don't want it.
It's always good when you go to cut food and it just like explodes as the knife serrates its outer exterior. It's the outer exterior. You know, the outside.
You know what's funny? And so when you're doing physiology and you're studying like the different tissues and whatnot, you actually do have to distinguish between like the innermost lining or the outermost lining, and so you have like the endothelium versus the like the exos, and so like and it's basically the inner exterior, and then you have all the middle meat. So like for like the inner lining of like an artery, for example.
Yeah, when you've got the inside and the outside, you got to call all the middle something. Right?
Well, because like it's a tube, so the inside is like a surface area. You know what I mean? So it's the inner outside of the thing. It's weird. Anyway, so you have this chopped up into little chunks like that. Isn't that beautiful? And then you take some apple cider vinegar, and you just sprinkle. Oh God, that is stuck tight. Oh, I didn't prepare for this. This is embarrassing. Oh, it's embarrassing. Ah, shit. You open this. There you go. This is probably a new jar of vinegar. It's fucking on there, right?
This is not good for the show.
This is bad.
Right now, people love the show. I can tell they're clicking away.
They're clicking away now. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because I'm a weak little boy. I can go open it in the kitchen. I've got a bottle opener in the kitchen.
This is bad.
This is terrible.
Why is it on there so fucking tight?
It's sealed by giants. Wait here. I'll go open the vinegar.
All right, so we couldn't open the lid, so that's good for the show. So, we have a bottle opener for this. Warsteiner. 1753. This beer is from an old company. This is just me. This is the part where I ramble at the camera until Forrest comes back. Yeah.
I've got a little toothed bottle opener in there. All right, so now you just take a little apple cider vinegar, and you're not gonna drown it, right? You're not making cereal. You're just gonna splash a little bit on there, just to make its day a little worse. You're not trying to hurt it. You're just trying to let it know what's up.
It does seem like you drowned it a little bit.
That's just little splashes. You want a little puddle. And that is head cheese. And this is what I ate, before school. That's such a familiar smell.
That's a familiar smell. Give it a little bath.
They're in there, yeah.
They're
good.
I'm eating the head cheese with the vinegar, everybody.
That's right.
Because you love the show.
You love the show. People love the show. What do you think? It's not as bad as your brain thinks it should be. Yeah. Headcheese.
It's a lot of vinegar.
Now, the vinegar's heavy. It's a heavy part of the flavor. Because without it, like, think about what it tastes like without it.
I am. I'm trying.
It's a little bland.
I'm trying to.
The vinegar kind of brings in some brightness, some acidity to it.
It's not bad. I just hate. I hate this shit.
The jelly.
I hate the jelly. And the jelly. To be clear, the jelly doesn't taste. The jelly doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
The jelly's fine. It's just it's absolutely the texture. And I think it's because it's chilled. It's so cold.
Yeah.
It's pretty gross. I'm not gonna lie.
It's not. It's fine. And I bought we've got some imported beers here to celebrate this transition in Ben's life. This is Warsteiner, also not a sponsor.
Although
they could be.
Very interesting. The meat's fine.
Yeah, it's face meat.
It's fine.
It's great. I used to sit at the kitchen table, and my grandma would tell me about what was going on in the news.
The beer's not bad. I don't really like beer, but the beer's not bad.
Now I'd eat this. This Headcheese. Symmetrical. And get all the energy a growing boy needs. You'll learn spelling and stuff.
Headcheese.
Headcheese. Try it. Try it sometime. Go find
I'm not crazy about it.
a German delicatessen
Okay.
and tell them you want some Headcheese or Presswurst is the way you actually would say this. And get it. A little brick of it. Just a little quarter-pound brick of it. And chop it up and sprinkle just a little splish splash of apple cider vinegar on there. And you try it at home and leave in the comments if it isn't just like the most okay thing you've ever tried.
There's just not a lot to it.
It's not a lot of flavor. It just tastes like some bland meat and some vinegar.
The worst part is literally the texture.
Yeah. No. But it's not that bad.
It's just the jelly. Why is the jelly there?
Well, that's the thing, is that this is peasant food. You know what I mean? This is the most important part of every cuisine in the world, is what were the leftovers that the poor people were eating and what were they able to do with it. And so this is all of the collagen and the face meat that was just left over. What are they going to do with it? Waste it? No. Presswurst. Find a way to eat it. You know?
So they gotta eat the collagen.
They gotta eat the collagen. It's good for you. It's good for your skin.
They couldn't just say, fuck the collagen, let's just eat the face meat.
Well, if they just had a pile of, rancid, nasty-looking face meat, what are you going to do with that? You got to put it into something to hold it together. And so they made a little sausage boy.
Sausage boy?
Little sausage boy.
So wait, okay, so you're saying that the
it's stewed in the fat. It's cooked in the collagen.
Oh, okay.
And then it cools and coagulates.
Okay.
So you get all this goodness here. There's a lot of fat on the face.
Okay. So they like boil the face.
Yeah, they boil up the face.
And then they leave the fucking, they drain, I'm assuming they'd sift some shit out, and then that hardens into this thing.
It hardens into this shit, yeah. And you eat this, and you're not starving for
What
the day.
sucks is I want to eat more, but I don't want to eat
To eat more? It gets better as you get into it.
I feel like that's true. I feel like that's true. Just based on what the one bite I had, I feel like the more you eat, the better it gets.
It's just okay. It becomes more tolerable. It's just like, have you ever tried pickled herring?
No.
I'll get that next time.
We're going to do that on this show, and I'm going to hate it.
Pickled herring is one of my favorite
I don't think
treats.
it's going to take you that long to get me to puke. I almost gagged on this. I don't think it would make me throw up, but it would make me gag, and it's just because of the vinegar.
The vinegar's strong.
And I like vinegar. Here's the thing. I'm not as strong as I used to be. When I was like a weird little kid, I used to do weird shit.
Oh, yeah, no, agreed. Yeah.
Like drink like glasses of vinegar for bets and
I feel like
stuff.
I've gotten more conservative as I've gotten
And
older.
now I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah. You just don't want to anymore,
For $20?
Yeah.
Let's be real. This was like 2000s. This is 90s. I probably was only getting like $5 max to drink like a jar of vinegar.
Yeah.
It's a good time to be a kid.
But that was $5 you didn't have before, and you don't want vinegar for a little while, you know?
Ew.
Yeah. This is good. Pickled herring is good.
How else
you
do
gotta
you eat
get
this? Can you do this? Can you put this on something?
Yeah, if you, instead of chunking it up, get it sliced real thin like pastrami, and just get some bread, bread with some butter on it, and just blip, 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 little layers on there, and just snack upon it.
I bet that's better.
It's better because it tastes more like bread and less like vinegar. But I wanted to give you the authentic experience of my childhood, my horrible, horrible, horrible childhood.
Why did you eat like a peasant? You weren't exactly a peasant.
I mean, it was
because
cool.
You might have been poor, but you were poor like in America.
That was America poor. Yeah. That was
You don't have to eat head cheese.
No, but America. I was, but the thing is that like this is traditional. It's cultural. It's something that was shared to me that my parents and grandparents snacked upon. Same thing with blood sausage. The blood and tongue, bloodwurst. It's fucking delicious. It's one of my favorite things because tongue is so good. Like that's another thing I'm gonna make for you someday. I'm gonna make you just a straight up cow's tongue. And that one is far and away one of my favorite foods. Cow tongue. You cook it, you boil it with all sorts of spices, and then when it's cooked all the way through, you skin it, and then you slice it into little slices. And it tastes like the best fucking roast beef you've ever eaten. And it's sometimes like if it snags in your head like, oh shit, I'm eating a tongue, then you might freak out a little bit because your American palate kind of hits you. But then you can't get over how fucking good it tastes. Especially you get some horseradish sauce in there, some like horseradish and some sour cream together. It's fucking wonderful. Some dill. And so like that's something that the problem is that it's expensive. Tongue, for some reason, is expensive as fuck nowadays. But
everything is expensive as fuck nowadays.
Right. But tongue's so good. Blood sausage is awesome. Pickled herring in wine sauce, not in cream sauce, because I'm not a goddamn animal.
See, like this, just if you look at
that's just a pile of ugly meat.
That just looks like some weird looking ham.
Yeah. That's all it is. Just weird looking ham, a little bit of vinegar on it.
Like it looks fine, like
sour and savory.
My brain is like you can eat that, but but like I have this part of me that's like no, don't do it.
Yeah, just some weird looking ham.
Cold.
It is, and it's cold. It's served cold as well. Yes.
I don't necessarily like cold foods, certain cold foods. This is fucking one of them.
Mm.
I would imagine it's not better warm. You probably want to eat this cold.
Mm. It'd be a horrible time.
Fucking weird.
It'd be a horrible time to eat this warm.
For breakfast?
Yeah.
You ate this for breakfast.
Your day can't get any worse. You know what I mean? You have a good day after this. This is a fun episode. Talking about delicious treats. After this, I give you something good as well. I got some Landjaeger out there. I'll share with you after we're done. After the recording, Landjaeger is basically beef jerky. It's a sausage jerky. It's fucking awesome. Give you a little slice of that after we're done with all this. Little treat, little reward, little sucker on the way out of the doctor's office.
Okay.
You getting through it? You getting into it?
Ugh.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's bad.
It's making the beer better.
But it's not that bad. You know what I mean? Thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. Thanks so much for getting us up over 1,000 subscribers.
I appreciate it.
We're very close to the watch time limit as well, and then we can actually start putting an ad into this thing.
Ate this for breakfast.
Yeah, man. I've never once tried to put over some illusion to the audience that my childhood was good.
It's just fucked up why it was bad. Other people are like, yeah, they beat me and I was abused, physically, and they're like, I ate head cheese, and I'm somehow like, damn. That's That's worse.
I haven't talked about all that other shit. This is just the fun stuff to talk about. But yeah, we're the podcast is doing well. This channel is doing well. People who find my TikTok and my YouTube and find this podcast are usually happy about it, and that makes me happy.
The people who watch me are doing well.
Yeah, it seems so.
Sound a little.
So thank you to everybody who watches us, especially if you watch us on a semi-regular basis at least. Like, that's insane.
Congratulations, you got to watch the Headcheese episode.
We appreciate you being here. And now, with that...
That's fucking gross.
I'm going to flip the camera and we can get into some real topics. Let's get real sad. Let's get real sad today.
I don't know if I can. I already ate Headcheese. Can you?
And now you get it.
Can you fucking put something else on Headcheese that's not... vinegar?
I've only ever put vinegar on it, but I'm sure you could.
The jelly sucks. The jelly ruins the whole thing.
The jelly's half of it.
Half of it is
Otherwise,
ruined.
it's just pig face.
I would rather eat just pig face.
Yeah.
That's like, that makes sense. If you're like, here's some pig face, I'd be like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if you're like, here's pig face with jelly on it.
A lot of good meat on the face.
I hate meat and jellied meat. I hate any kind of jellied meat. Pepper jelly is another weird thing. It's good, but it's very weird.
Yeah.
Pepper jelly is good, though.
I also found some, have you ever had pickle loaf?
You like this.
I'm okay with it, yeah.
Not okay with it, you like it.
I mean, I wouldn't go out of my way to eat it on a normal day, because my life is good now, and so but like pickle and pimento loaf I'd still go for. Blood sausage I'd probably try it.
Pickle and pimento loaf is weird, but people eat that.
Yeah.
I kind of understand that one, and I also like it more now than I used to. I'm still not very fond of it.
Yeah, little olive bits in there and shit.
Yeah, but now I don't really mind it.
Yeah, it's cool. Straight up cow tongue.
When I was a kid, pickle
I'm
and
all
pimento,
over.
I was like, what the fuck?
If somebody's like, yo,
it's
I have
like
cow tongue,
pimento cheese or whatever. Those pimento cheese sandwiches.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
They're still kind of weird.
But they're good though.
But they're all right.
Yeah.
It's like a weird sweet cheese. What
the fuck you don't know what you want to do with it. You don't know what's happening to it. Fucking. By the way, speaking of cheese, when you find your German delicatessen and you start getting this stuff, pick up some Buttercase as well. Buttercase cheese is slice some apples up, apples and Buttercase. Favorite snack in the world. But yeah, no, I'm all like this, maybe not, but I'm all about like tongue. I'm still into tongue.
I'm all about tongue.
All about that tongue, y'all. All about that tongue.
You heard it here, folks. Forrest is all about that tongue.
I'm gonna flip the camera and we can start talking about real things.
Why do you have to flip it?
Well, because we're at 24 minutes now, so it seems appropriate to do it early.
Damn, we ate Headcheese for a while.
We ate Headcheese for half the show. Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
I'm just struggling to figure out if I would eat, like, rather have more Headcheese or more
Vegemite.
Headcheese
all day long. Several people mocked us in the comments because
apparently
we ate way too much.
I saw. Apparently we did Headcheese wrong, like I said.
Vegemite.
Exactly. Or yeah, Headcheese. We just did Headcheese correctly. My bad.
Yeah.
I see that we ate the Vegemite incorrectly.
We were supposed to smear it thinly on toast.
And I said in the episode that we're doing it. But I mean, to be fair, guys, I say stupid shit all the time.
Also, what the fuck do we know about anything at all?
Especially Vegemite.
They
don't really do it here.
We're just dumb as hell on the internet.
But I do think if you do it with, but okay, so I said that, I said the thing about the comments, I read some of the comments to a coworker and he made a very good point that I was also thinking, which is, somebody said something about like putting an egg on it, like an egg and toast and having Vegemite with it. And I was like, that sounds good, I guess, but that's cheating.
How is it just to mask the
flavor? Because now it's not really like, now you're having an egg sandwich with Vegemite on it,
How does that track? Would you eat just a thing of ketchup? Or would you put some ketchup on your burger?
You would put ketchup on the burger.
Yeah, you're not just gonna sit there and eat ketchup. So like, how is that cheating to put Vegemite as a condiment?
Well, if you use it as a condiment, that's not the same as like if we're trying it, right? If we're
I
trying
get what you mean. Just like,
yeah.
experiencing it for the first
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
then you would want a spoon of ketchup.
Potentially.
Oh, little dibby dab, little dabby boy, little dib.
Now that I'm
dib-
thinking about it,
diblicious.
though, also you probably wouldn't be like, have you ever had ketchup? And if somebody said no, you wouldn't be like, oh, try it.
Just here's a fucking handful of it. Just, here's some ketchup.
Try it. What do you think of that? Wait till you try it like the right way with fries. You did it wrong. That's
now
why
you're
you
just-
don't like ketchup. Is
Just
because you
drinking
did-
ketchup out of a straw like a fucking lunatic.
So
How
we're,
is it?
we're supposed to put it on toast, but I do think putting it on toast is one thing. And I think if once you start making it into like a sandwich, it's a little bit more than just like trying it on a piece of toast.
I'm not going to try it the appropriate way because I have already thrown it away because it tasted like hot trash. But if I ever had the opportunity again, I'd try it the right way. Wow, that it tasted like a curse. It tasted
wasn't
like
good.
it tasted like a hex. It tasted like something from the deeps
I
was
know we're
reaching
wrong.
out to me to tell me that my life was wrong, and that's what I was tasting with my mouth. You know what I mean?
But it wasn't good.
It super wasn't good. Headcheese, all right. And we'll move on to more delicious things as we go along.
I still think head cheese is kind of like kind of fucked up.
It's wonderful. This brings me back. It really does. It brings me back to my youth, to my boyhood, to when I was just a little squirb running around. I wasn't really a forest yet. I was just a little bush, you know?
Why did you just fucking use that word, squirb?
Yeah, man.
I hate it when you say the word squirb, you son of a bitch.
It means a young chicken to me. I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
I know what it means to you, Forrest. I don't care about
because
that.
you hear me screaming at the squirms outside. But this brings me back. It makes me nostalgic a little bit because I was just a little shitty fucking kid. What was Jeremy Fragrant say? It reminds me of when I was just a little idiot who didn't know anything, and I loved those times.
Those are the best times.
Yeah.
I think most people would return to their youth if they could.
I used to look like I had a comb over because I didn't know how to brush my hair, and so I would just brush it way over like crazy, and we couldn't afford a real good barber, and so my grandma would just take thinning shears and just attack my head, and I looked like a Mario mushroom with a thin little face, this big poof ball up on top.
Man, yeah. I used to think that I was like awkward and like probably like secretly a shitty person, and like I would never fit in.
Yeah.
And like I didn't deserve anything, and like now like I've just kind of confirmed all of that.
Yeah. As us,
So
I used to not really
life
understand.
is different from what I thought it would be like.
I used to not understand when I was a kid, like just how that all that worked. And then I think I hit my awkward phase around 12 or 13.
I'm very much in the I'm a human phase where I'm just like, I mean, I'm human. Come on now.
Right. Well, that's the thing is
on.
I hit my awkward phase around 12 or 13, and I'm 29 now, so I'll probably be through with it soon. But like, I'm just still rocking this fucking what's going on. Like, why does everybody have friends? What am I doing with my hands? That's my life still. Just
Why do they have friends?
Why do they have friends? What's going on with that?
What are you doing with those people?
Oh man,
I don't like when people like say that like act like they want to hang out anymore. It drives me insane.
I think it was John Mulaney, who said like that having friends in your 30s is so different because it's like, hey man, do you want to hang out next week? No, that's cool. I'll talk to you in 6 months. And it won't matter at all. Just whatever.
It's like it is. Yeah.
Just fuck, man. I've got so many people that call me and they're like, hey, I haven't heard from you in like fucking a year. I'm like, yeah. You exist.
Yeah,
Me too.
I'm sorry.
Back to work.
Yeah, it's like
I genuinely would love to hang out with you. I genuinely can't. Have a good life. Hope your kids are okay. I don't have any. Goodbye.
Most people, pretty much everybody's busy.
Yeah, that's just
So
what life
it's not
is
as
now.
big of a deal now.
It's busy.
But like, you know, Or maybe we should get everybody together and eat head cheese.
Dude, yeah. We'll get a little.
Never mind.
We'll get a little
I don't want to do it
mashup
again.
going on.
I don't want to do it again.
We'll call up everybody that we knew from high school.
I don't
And then
want to do it
Immediately
again.
after we get everybody to agree, we'll realize that we don't want to talk to 85% of those people anymore, and we'll just call them back. And never mind, Headcheese is going to be there. You don't want this.
Never mind head cheese, like it's a person.
We invited Headcheese.
Oh shit. So there are rising COVID cases
There are rising COVID cases.
in the
Like-
United States.
Crazy. You killed Dylan.
In the United States, it's getting very high.
It's fucking problematic.
It's
and
very problematic. The beds are filling up. Now okay, so from what I understand, it's Omicron.
yeah, Omicron is the dominant strain.
And it is not like the symptoms aren't as deadly,
Yeah.
but the spread is like way more efficient. or
It's
something, is what it
unbelievably
seems
good
to
at
be.
spreading, and it's even it's to the point now where we are having more and more and more breakthrough cases in even vaccinated people.
So what is a breakthrough case?
When you're vaccinated,
Explain
but you get
for
sick
the
anyway.
dumb people.
So when you're vaccinated, but you get sick anyway, is basically all it is. And so we're seeing.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah,
That's all it means.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it means
yeah.
for you dumb people.
And so we're seeing a
No,
lot
I really
of
didn't
people.
know what it meant until just now. I just kept reading it and I was like, okay.
Yeah, better not have
Everybody
that.
was just acting like they knew what a breakthrough case was. So I was like, okay.
Well, what sucks is that we have things like the terms like breakthrough and gain of function and what's another one? Viral load and R naught and all these things. These are all words that I was taught in 4,000 level courses that now every fucking jack off on the street thinks he's an expert on and can't even fucking define them. And it's I hate to talk about this shit because I don't want to come across as super elitist and gatekeeping science and shit, but there's a reason why I'm not out here talking about fucking electrical engineering and how to build a computer and shit. I don't know the first fucking thing about how to build a computer. You tell me this has got a quad core i7 blah blah blue processor, it means nothing to me. So if I was out here that's got a fucking SD and this one's or SD and that one's got an HDD, so I know that one's a conspiracy about that, and I don't fucking even know what those mean, I need to shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter whether I'm educated generally or whatever. I don't know this one thing.
Hey, but okay, but I get what you're saying, but what if you watched a video on YouTube?
There's a difference between watching a video on YouTube and having an expert in a topic show you the way to learn a thing. Because that's the thing. I can tell you that's what college is for. Is that you can learn everything you could possibly learn in college out of the textbook from buying the textbooks online, from watching the fucking SciShow and shit. I think I probably told this story before. I remember being in a physics class in college, and the professor was having a hard time explaining angular momentum because it's just linear momentum with different symbols, but it's the same basic concept. Anyway, and so he's having a hard time explaining this to the class and getting across how it works. And so he pulls up a fucking YouTube video on it. And it's a SciShow type, just explaining angular momentum. And the top pinned comment is, why the fuck am I paying so much for college when I can learn this shit on YouTube? And it's there on the board, big as fuck. And he's like, yeah, for real. But the reason why you do that is because this is a person who has been actually doing this thing for so long. And when you're
had immense internal pain.
you gotta quit fucking up is what it is.
Oh no.
When you hit a wall of your understanding, this
sip
person is
some
able to tell you
beer.
the fine details. That's what you're paying for. And so when you anybody can go pick up a basic virology textbook. Anybody can go online and watch, some microbiology lecture online. Anybody can do that shit. You can go learn the Baltimore scheme and how to classify viruses. It's not fucking hard to figure out. But then when you're okay, so if this one has plus sense RNA, a single-stranded RNA, and this one has minus sense single-stranded RNA, what's that actually going to mean for the reproduction? And how does, viral reassortment figure into this? And like that's where you kind of want somebody who's been doing it for a little while, be like, oh, here's where you're not quite getting it. Here's, you know what I mean? Yeah. That's where you want that. And so when you have all these, very sudden armchair experts who read a Fox News article, watched a YouTube video, whatever, and now they think they know how viruses work, you'll notice a difference between them and not even the people who went to college, the people who actually did just buy a damn virology textbook. They still don't have the expert training, but they have actual real information to go off of. Yeah. And they have vastly different ideas than the people who watch a YouTube video, who have vastly different ideas than the people who read a news article, who have vastly different ideas than the people who listen to Tucker Carlson. And so, like, there's levels to understanding things, and when it's literally life and death, like it is with this pandemic, I really lack patience with it. Like, that's the big thing, is like, if it's talking about, like, creationism, I'll make a funny YouTube video about it. If we're talking about the flat earth people, I'll laugh at them quietly and we'll make whatever. We're talking about life and death here. It's the same
half
thing.
The people just don't think it's like that. I don't know.
And that's the problem.
I don't know what you do about that.
Is if they were educated, they would be very, very, very clear about what they were doing and why it was a problem. That's why I can't fucking stand any kind of, not necessarily all pseudoscience, but specifically like health-related pseudoscience. People who sell, vitamin supplements and psychic healings, homeopathic medicine. What's the other one? Holistic medicines.
Shit that goes on your feet.
Which, yes, fucking detox. Anything
pads.
Detox. Anything detox can fuck itself. And like when I see these things,
you see, Forrest, the what you don't understand is that your feet are your roots.
They're your roots. They root you to the ground, and that's why you can pull all the toxins out of your feet.
Well,
not we won't talk about the fact that the skin on the sole of your foot is literally the thickest skin on your entire body, and if you wanted to pull toxins out of anywhere, it would be your face, where you have very thin skin with lots of sudoriferous glands. Whatever. We'll do it on your fucking dumbass feet. Sure.
Did you see the commercial, though? Like, the trees, the roots go in the ground.
And then you have your feet on the ground.
And then you have your feet on the ground, and the arrows go from the roots to the ground.
Did you see the arrows? The arrows clearly go to the ground.
Because trees
are in the ground. And so, like, that shit, like, I can and have and try not to, but probably almost certainly will again, get like way too shitty, way too fast with people when they're selling shit like that, because they're killing people. Like that's just the other day.
Killing people.
I'm sorry, I've been on a rant this whole time because this actually really does get under my skin.
It's
like
fine.
That's like the other day. There was a dude on TikTok.
Little moment.
Sorry. There's a dude on TikTok. He's a water sommelier, he calls himself. And
we've talked about this guy before, I think.
Yeah. And he was in the
He sells big water or something?
No, that's a different guy. That's a different guy. Fuck that guy. No, this guy isn't that bad.
He's better than that.
But like he's just a water connoisseur, I guess.
Okay.
And he just talked about what water tastes better and is better and all these things. And he got a spot on this Netflix show with Ashton Kutcher with all sorts of fucked up pseudoscientific claims. And it's like the fucking Goop Labs shit. It's bullshit. And it's going to get people hurt. And this dude has a segment in there where he's talking about how if you drink filtered water, it's going to like strip all the nutrients out of your body and make you unhealthy. And no, it's fucking not.
Weird.
And
why would it do that?
Well, the reason...
Why would it even do that?
So, if
why
you drink...
Why would it even do that?
When you... So, here's the problem. Is that when you pee, when you flush liquid out of your system, it's not just pure water. Your body does make it a solution. And so, if you drink super pure distilled water, your intestines will put minerals into it to make it not just straight-ass water coming out of you. Because just straight pure water is kind of corrosive and it would hurt you coming out of you. So you have to buffer it. And that's what that guy's getting at. And he even cites like this World Health Organization report about the potential dangers of drinking super pure distilled water. What he doesn't mention is that you have to drink an insane amount of that and nothing but that for it to be an issue.
Yeah.
And like it's the same thing as like with, you know, mice. We had these tests in America, you know, saccharin was a sweetener, artificial sweetener.
Yeah.
And then we found it causes cancer in rats. And so it got pulled from a lot of things. What they didn't mention was that they had to force feed the rats their body weight in saccharin every other day to make them start to develop cancer. No human's going to do that shit. And so like it's not as dangerous as anybody says. Same thing with like aspartame in sodas and things like that.
Yeah.
And so like this dude, basically I reacted to that and I called him an idiot. And everything else this dude does is fine. And I felt bad because everything else this dude does is fine. He's not stupid. You know what I mean? He's making a career fucking talking about how good water is. Fine. The problem is in this particular special, he didn't differentiate between filtered and distilled water, and he made a bunch of ridiculous claims, and he basically said that osmosis happens backwards all the time, and that water will just steal all of the fucking minerals from your body, which makes no fucking sense. And
Water.
the problem with that is that even though those are largely innocuous claims, they're wrong, but they're not like that bad. The problem is that it's a very slippery slope, and people are going to get in this and they're like, oh shit, I'm not even drinking water right. I better do the fucking soy sauce cleanse and chug a bunch of soy sauce to clean the toxins out of my body, and then they fucking die. And that shit really does happen all the time. And I get really pissed about it. And like I said, I will get way too shitty way too fast, and I have to work on that.
Soy sauce.
Oh, have you not heard of that shit? People have fucking died because their
heard of
brain
it.
fucking melts because they chug a gallon of soy sauce.
I've heard of it a little bit, but like, why? Who's saying that soy? What does soy sauce do?
Fucking jack shit. It's loaded with sodium, and it'll fucking kill
I
you.
understand that because like it's good on the rice.
It's
but like, why? I don't understand.
It's fucking pseudoscientific gibberish where they're like, oh yeah, you got to do the soy sauce, and it'll purify all the toxins in your body, and it pulls all the bad water out of you.
What does?
Exactly.
What
exactly
does?
It's like fucking.
What
oh
part of the soy sauce does the thing is what I'm trying to ask.
You want to fucking talk about zinc? If you look up what does zinc do for your body, it says it supports your immune system. 'Cause it fucking does. And then you have fucking assholes who are like, oh, we can cure COVID with zinc then. And I'm like, do that for anything else, I dare you. Fucking get up here and be like, oh shit, I have cancer. Better take some zinc. You never fucking do it. You're only doing it with COVID because you think you know better than every scientist in the world on this one virus, this one special time, and you're a fucking idiot and you're getting people killed.
I would say as bad as it is, I would say I think it's a testament to our, as shitty as our healthcare system is. Like I wonder how many more people would have died if we handled it the way we handled it and had a shittier healthcare system.
Seriously, God, how could it get much shittier? But like you're right,
it's terrifying to think about like how much
it could be worse. And that's what's fucking scary. You're absolutely right. It is very scary to think that this, as fucked up as it is, could be worse.
And like a lot of people are saying like, oh, Omicron is less deadly, and it's like so far that's what the reports are saying, but I also know people who are reporting deaths. So like it's still killing people.
We still have, what fucking sucks is that we still have people. I just reacted to a video the other day on TikTok of this guy fucking saying that we have irrefutable evidence that the vaccines have killed 40% of every person who's taken them. People and you in the comment section on that fucking video was loaded with people like, no one's telling the truth. You need to see this is the real what's really going on. They're killing all these people with these vaccines. It's population control. It's bio warfare. It's blah.
Who's dying though from
we've given out. That's what the whole thing. We've given out over 9 billion vaccines. 9 billion. We have almost 4 billion people who are fully vaccinated. 3.9, I think, billion people are fully vaccinated. So they've gotten more than 2 doses. Two or more doses, I should say.
Yeah, 2 or more.
That's half the population of the planet, dude. That's a good thing. By the way, that's
40
reason for hope.
so, okay.
Half the population of the Earth is fully vaccinated.
And 40% of, yeah, but you know what else is that, like, it's like also there's places where there's plenty of people who just aren't getting it at all.
If fucking 40%,
like, there's countries who are just completely being left out of
well, that's what we talked about. I think it was it last week or the week before?
It was pretty recently.
Yeah, the U.S. is just throwing away vaccines because we don't give them away for free. But like, if 40 fucking percent of people were dying from this, that would be 1.5 billion dead people right now.
I guarantee you the news would be talking about it.
Yeah, fucking you'd think. It would be like fucking, that's a Thanos level event. If fucking 1.5 billion people died.
People think that the media, like real hardcore conspiracy theorists think that the media is just like always lying. And like, guess what? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Nobody's saying they aren't.
Yeah.
You know what else though? If they absolutely cannot lie about something, they will cover it.
Yeah.
They're still going to protect themselves over these supposed masters.
It's the whole thing of that there's always my side, your side, and the truth. The 3 sides to every story.
Yeah.
And like, that's the point of media. They're entertainment.
It's supposed to be.
They spin things. That's their whole thing. That's why you get multiple sources. That's why you look at that whole diagram of like media bias and like how biased it is and what direction it's biased in. If you're listening to Fox News thinking that it's not biased, you're fucking dumb. If you're listening to CNN thinking it's not biased, you're fucking dumb. If you're listening to NPR thinking it's not biased, you're on the right track.
But you're still dumb.
Go also look at the BBC and go also look at the Associated Press just to be safe. Because everybody's also a human. And those are 3 very reputable, very non-biased organizations that you can take together and like learn a thing.
It's still just people reporting on stories. So
It's
you
still
have to
just
remember
people.
that people write stories from their experience.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. So like, that's the thing is that
even the most honest reporter is a biased reporter.
Right. I'm never going to fucking tune into MSNBC to try to get like a straightforward opinion. It's just not going to happen because they are extremely left-leaning. And I know that. And so if I'm watching MSNBC, I'm probably going to agree with their take, but I know that they're leaving shit out to make me agree with their take.
Yeah.
So like, I now need to go get another source.
They want me to agree with them.
Just, and that's what kills me is when like MSNBC isn't a good example of like just how extreme the far right news is. I think a good example would be like the Daily Beast or the Daily Cause, I think is one of them. KOS, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Or the Free Thought Project. There's another one. Those are examples of extreme left-leaning, like they're making shit up. It's absolute bullshit. They're lying. And that's a good example of like OAN or Newsmax. You know what I mean? That's if you fucking ever send me something from fucking OAN or Newsmax or Breitbart, like you are listening to literal Nazi propaganda. I'm not going to even entertain fucking debating this with you. It's completely, it's done. It's over. Same thing as if I were to send a conservative person something from the fucking Free Thought Project. There's no reason you should take me seriously if I'm fucking sending you that. You know what I mean? So like, that's just, you've got to be able to fucking like,
that's intense.
Figure out media bias. Like
the whole like neo-Nazi thing is intense, man.
Yeah.
That happened like in our lifetime. That shit is like
neo-Nazis?
Not like in our lifetime, but like that.
No, neo-Nazis happened in our lifetime. Charlottesville, yo.
The like unmasking of neo-Nazis happened.
Yeah, that's true. We're really seeing the rising. And what's killing me is that we're seeing it be just cool. Like we've had several actual Klansmen who have run for office and been like, yeah, and people are like, yeah, no, that makes sense. That's fine.
But they're running it because they're like, well, that's a place where people are racist.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but okay. Which maybe that's how it's going to end up.
Maybe don't be okay with it, though.
Maybe there's just going to be some places where people are racist from now on. Like they already were, but now it's just going to be like solidified. Like, oh, we don't go over there. That's like
the racist area.
Yeah, that's the racist area. We don't play in the racist area.
Don't go out today, Timmy. It's racist outside.
It's racist outside. Come on.
40% chance of racist today. Ugh.
It's intense.
Yeah.
It's intense.
It's
like Headcheese and vinegar.
It's a poopy world, man. It's a real poopy world. You know what else is poopy? If I can use the last 10 minutes for something fucking emotional, it's completely off topic.
I don't want to be emotional. Me sad.
The Halo 3 servers for Xbox 360 shut down this week.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did. That's a bummer.
You can no longer play Halo 3 matchmaking on Xbox 360 anymore, which was a massive part of our childhood.
You can only play it on the collection, which is like not exactly the same.
It's not exactly the same.
It's not bad. Like, I'm glad that the collection exists, so that I can still hop on and play all the Halo games whenever I want. But like, it's not obvious. We sound old as fuck right now.
It's fine because
it's not what it was in 2000 whatever.
Right. That's the thing, is that like I have a lot of memories of playing that game.
We used to have a bunch of videos and stuff saved on there too.
Yeah, we used to play the shit out of them. We used to fucking record ourselves playing it, and we had like all the Forge videos, and they were dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would like slap Queen music over them and try to upload them to the internet.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was a good time.
It was a great time.
We would invite people, like, just anybody. We all exchanged gamer tags at school, so we would just have people drop in and out of our game all the time.
Yeah.
I would just go. I would go over to Forrest's house, and we would like hop on with our gamer tags and play Halo and invite people.
Yeah, man. It made me legit emotional when I was watching this thing that said that it was shutting down, and like that's a part of me. That's a physical part of me that was just being put away now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's over.
Because it's not like, it sounds like a stupid video game, but like it was such a formative part of my life, and like that's especially like there's like familial bonds associated with it for me.
Insane.
Because I had a very, very, very close, deep personal friend relation that was there for literally all of my life that I haven't spoken to in years now because we had a severe falling out, and I fucking don't want anything to do with this person anymore, ever.
Were it so easy.
Were it so easy, I was going to say, yeah. And we used to play fucking Halo all the time, and so like I'm looking at this server shutting down, and I'm like remembering all the good times and then all the pain, and I'm like having this moment where it's like part of my childhood is dying, and like
you feel it.
My memories, all my happy memories of people that have hurt me.
It's not just like part of my childhood. It's one of the weirdest things about aging is that it's not, you feel with the moments, the little quiet moments when you feel a part of you go away forever.
It's you know what though?
And yeah.
I like to think that just like the Halo servers and just like the Master Chief, they didn't go away forever. They just went into cryo sleep, and we'll wake them when we need them.
That's a beautiful way to think about
trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, it's just,
It's just, you guys.
It's sad they shut it down. But this will keep happening to people forever.
Yeah, the shit will continue getting not
shut
alive
down,
anymore. Yeah. That's the way the world does.
I think it's going to be pretty crazy when WoW gets turned off. Can you imagine?
The fact that they have vanilla WoW now that you can go back and play is crazy. I haven't played World of Warcraft in a long time, but like I played that quite a bit as well because Warcraft was like my favorite game series. Oh fuck, we lost the camera again.
Haha.
It's fine. We're about to end anyway. But Warcraft was like my favorite series growing up, and I played Warcraft 2 for a long time. That was like what came out when I was very, very small, so I started with that one.
Damn. You go way back.
I played the bullshit out of fucking 3 and Frozen Throne, and then when World of Warcraft came out, I pooped my pants. And to this day, like the newer stuff after like fucking, Burning Crusade, when it just kind of started getting crazy. When the Pandas got into it, when they started doing Mist of Pandaria, because the Pandarians were a part of Warcraft 3, but they weren't like a serious part of Warcraft. You know what I mean? They were part of the lore, but they weren't a part of the game. So when they started doing like Mist of Pandaria, kind of dropped off of it and wasn't really interested anymore. But there is still a significant amount of Warcraft lore that I know better than actual human history. And so, like, it's one of those things I can nerd out about a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's how I am with, like, Halo and Destiny.
Yeah. Halo I can get super into. Destiny I don't know a thing
Fucking
about.
Halo, man, with the Forerunners and the shit.
With them there Forerunners, yo.
Then there are the Floods.
Them Floods and them Runner Fours and them Arbits.
Arbits!
He's gonna go Arbit his way into the whole thing. He's gonna Arbit it apart.
If you think about it, the Arbiter is kind of like an armadillo.
Arbadillo.
He's got armadillo armor.
Armadur.
Armadillo. Make armor for Dylan.
Oh my god. All right, here's what I'm gonna need y'all to do. Okay.
Oh my god.
I need the super sleuths of the internet to. I will send you like the exact dimensions of this armadillo plush. I need somebody who's good at like sewing or knitting or crocheting to make this little dude some fucking arbiter armor. I won't pay you, but I will give you a shout out on a terrible podcast with 1,000 subscribers.
We have way
And that's worth it.
over 1,000.
Where are we at now?
I don't know. It's probably like 1,007.
If we were so lucky.
Were it so easy.
Were it so easy. I'm going to go think sadly and fondly about Halo for a little while.
You could do that.
I hope everybody else has a good day. You have anything else you want to throw in before we wrap it all up?
I mean, no, I just hope everybody's good. Like, I'm miserable.
Yeah.
Right now. I didn't want to talk about it too much on the show. I am very, like, sad. And I feel like a failure right now in my life. And I hate myself.
I'm sorry to hear all that, man.
But
yeah.
I love the show.
People love the show.
So,
let it cure your depression.
and I am very happy that I finally tried Headcheese because as much as I didn't enjoy it at all, it's always good to branch out.
It was a fun experience.
And it's always good to try something you haven't tried before, unless it's like murder. And with that, everyone go out, as Forrest instructed earlier, and try yourself some Headcheese.
Try yourself some Headcheese, yo. I started my my spring semester this week, and I've been out of school for 3 weeks, and it feels like 3 years. And it just came the first day of class. My advisor was like, all right, cool, so you got a 20-page term paper here. That's not too bad. You've also got another 20-page paper that you got to write for a debate that you're going to do because you're going to read these 2 different books and debate the difference between them with another. And so you got the debate paper and the term paper, which is different. And that's for this class. Now, don't confuse that with the 60-page term paper for this class over here. But don't also forget that you got to do some grant writing for that class as well. That's a part of the grade. And then, of course, you're going to Israel this semester. So plan for that. And you've got a 40-page paper to write about that. And it just came crashing down on me just how much I fucking want to be done with this shit. Ugh. I'm so grateful for the opportunity. I don't want to badmouth anybody, but oh my god, it's so much writing.
That's a lot of writing. That's a lot of writing.
It's just so much, man. It's just so much. There, we got our bitching in. See that? We got to do everything today. We got to taste weird things. We got to talk about cool stuff. We got to talk about the pandemic. We talked about sad things, and then we both bitched, and now we're good.
Podcast over.
That's the podcast.
Bye.
We
Show
covered
done.
everything. Show done.
Show done.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
go buy the merch.
Gays and theys, everybody else who's in here. Hey, I'm glad you're here, and I love you all very much. And thank you for subscribing. And I'm sure you all have very soft hands and
what the fuck?
Sturdy ankles.
Forrest?
Those are all kind things to say.
Well, okay. We're going to have a discussion about kind things here in a minute.
Have an awesome day, everybody. Bye.
Show. We're going to have one of our famous off-the-show talks where one of us has to explain to the other why the first was being inappropriate.
Off-the-show talks. I'm going to be reprimanded.
Reprimanded. Off-the-show talk. It's code for banging.
Have a good day, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye, Dylan. Say bye, Dylan.
Bye, Dylan.
Dylan.